Maurice Lacroix Aikon is without a doubt a controversial piece and is infamous within the watch community. Yet despite this reputation, it is a quality piece of Swiss watchmaking and is a great budget alternative to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. The Aikon either comes in a 39 or 42mm case, which is a handy option for those with smaller wrists. It has a pretty nice stainless steel case that has a really funky bezel. The little markers on the bezel are in a super high polish, which contrasts well with the more subtle polish on the rest of the case. Speaking of the case, it is a convenient 11mm thick, which is fairly slim for an automatic sports style watch. The shape of the case is integral to its design and its character, as the filled out case and lugs provide the piece with that 1970s gentle sports style watch. In regard to its similarities with the iconic Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, the case does share some key elements, but the Aikon still has its own flair and is not a homage. This is because the round face and bezel is quite different to the Royal Oak's octagonal case shape and bezel. However, they are very similar in regards to the integrated bracelet. Both the Aikon and the Royal Oak have the same bracelet design with the two skinny links in the middle of the big link, but they are not completely identical however, and are slightly different. This is due to the fact that the Aikon's links are longer and more skinnier, whilst the Royal Oak's are more fat and short. The quality of the Maurice Lacroix bracelet is of pretty good quality and molds nicely onto the wrist. Additionally, the integrated bracelet has a handy quick release function at the end link. But the problem is, since it is an integrated bracelet, there are hardly any other types of straps to pair with it, making this feature fairly redundant. Another aspect with the Aikon that is nearly identical towards the Royal Oak is its dial. Because both models have pretty much the same Couleur de Paris texture on the dial and the same shade of blue. Also, they both have the same type of hour markers and even the same integrated date function. For God's sake, they even have the exact same second, minute and hour hands. But if you look really closely, you can see that at the 9, 6 and 3 hour markers, there is one additional indice. This is why the Aikon sometimes gets a bad rap as being an homage, and you can understand why. But everything else about this piece is fairly unique and has its own flavour. Underneath the dial is a fairly good Swiss movement, which is decent value. The Aikon features a Maurice Lacroix ML155 caliber. However, this is not an in-house movement, as it is just a modified and decorated version of the Sellita SW200. Some other noticeable watch brands that use the Sellita base are IWC, Tag Heuer and Oris. In regards to the Aikon's movement, it features a kinda average 38 hours of power reserve, which isn't bad, but it's also not great either. On the upside, however, there is a sapphire crystal on the case back, meaning you can witness the decorated movement in action. These decorations include an array of Geneva stripes and some gold accents as well. The movement also has a total of 26 joules and beats to a nice 28,800 vibrations per hour. Some additional specifications for the Maurice Lacroix Aikon include a very impressive 200 meters of water resistance, which is great for a watch not even trying to be a diver. Also, there is a nice sapphire crystal on the top of the case, which really is expected for this price point. Speaking of which, the Maurice Lacroix Aikon retails for around 2,000 Australian dollars and is pretty good value for the price, because for a watch of this quality and one that has a stigma for being very similar to the Royal Oak, the additional hype has not really risen the price for this watch. Click the videos on the screen right now to see more awesome watch content from this channel. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Maurice Lacroix Aikon, and let me know down in the comments below whether or not you think this is a Royal Oak homage or a piece of its own. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.